Yo, what up, guys? So, Affliction, right around the corner. And with so much good coming out of it, I wanted to spend some time before I go into my league starter talking about a little bit about what I plan on doing day 1, day 2, day 3, and my overall starting plan to make a lot of currency. Now, I know a lot of you guys have heard me talk about Delve, and we're going to go more into Delve very soon. But for today, I want to kind of talk about what I know, what works, what guarantees to work, things I haven't experimented with, and things I know very, very, very well. And if you've read the title of the video today, then it's to no surprise we were talking about the tried and true, my favorite person or NPC or character in the whole game, Sister Cassia. Now, something really cool about this league, because Ultimatum's back and because of map rotations, we have a lot of things in Blight working for us and going really, really, really well for us. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to actually talk about the Atlas changes, or the Atlas map changes, and then we'll kind of like talk about why Ultimatum coming back is really where we want to be. Now, I know this video is going to be about Blight, but if you want to know more about Delve and my league starter, don't forget to leave a like, comment, subscribe, turn on that notification bell, because I will be creating more videos throughout the week leading up to the league start of Affliction. And if you're watching this post league start of Affliction, then you'll know that there'll be more videos about my league start and things to come and different farming strategies as I've got things worked out with a bunch of players. Big shout out to my friend Shodokan and everybody else who I've been working with to bring all of this information to you guys. So let's hop into it. First things first, the biggest thing that I want to talk about, and the thing that has me the most excited, is the Atlas changes. Maps every league, they leave and they rotate in and out. And one of the coolest things that we need to talk about is Wastepool. Wastepool is back. Now, lastly, we had Carcass, we ran Carcass, we got Nurse cards, and Wastepool being back is really, really, really cool. Wastepool was one of the best Blight maps that you can do and one of the best Blight maps that you can run. It gives us a really nice solid layout, and we're pretty much able to do everything that we want to do in terms of being able to farm Blight in maps to get both those Blight encounters and those Blight oils. For those of you who don't know what Wastepool is, I actually have some in standard right now, and I can load it up and give you just a quick rundown of what you should expect, how it works, what it looks like, and pretty much what you're setting yourself up to be. Now, Wastepool itself is an indoor linear map. The corridors are really tight and really short. This is probably gonna be one of those ones where, because I'm recording, it's not gonna go the way I want it to, but essentially Wastepool gives us 2 lanes, and they pretty much just go in a straight line, and they give us exactly what we want. We want to minimize the amount of Blight lanes, or the Blight pustule thing lane merbobbers with units that are coming off of the pump, so that we can maximize the amount of rewards that we get are that Blight only. So essentially the low end of what I just said is we want the click the pump, we want the lanes to spawn, we want to be as few lanes as possible, forcing all of the rewards into one, because we want those rewards to be Blight, and we want those rewards to be Blight so that we can maximize our opportunity at Blight oils, at oil extractors, blighted maps, and all of the good things that Blight has to offer. Now, in a league start scenario, we don't know what tier Wastepool is going to be yet. We don't know pretty much what builds we're going to play. There's a lot of factors going into a league start that we just don't know yet. But essentially what I want to do is I just want to bring attention to a couple of things with Blight. One, Wastepool being a very, very, very strong way to farm blighted maps. Wastepool being a very strong way to farm oils in maps using the oil extractors. And Wastepool essentially just gives us everything that we want that we lost last league, that we kind of like tried to make up with Carcass. Now, this isn't to say that Carcass was a bad map. This isn't to say Carcass didn't do what we wanted to do. But Wastepool, for me, has always just been a map that I prefer running. Wastepool is always very comfortable, and it hopefully still has the doctor card attached to it. But don't worry, I'll double check the loot drops or card drops in Wastepool, and there's going to be a pop-up right about now that's going to show you all the cool things that Wastepool has to offer. So what we're going to do is we're just going to finish this really quick. I'm going to show you what the rewards look like. And here you see we have 3 blighted rewards. These hopefully give us some blighted maps if we're lucky. We got an opalescent oil. We got a bunch of oils. This is really good. And unfortunately, no maps, but it happens. We're going to click on this. We're going to get those. And then I guess no jewelry. Maybe. Did I not get? Oh, I guess not. Maybe not. No, none. Feels bad. Okay, now we've completed the map. I've shown you Wastepool. Let's talk about why Blight this league is cool, why Blight is important, and what you should overall expect. Now, if I search the word Blight in here, we don't want Val Blight. We can see that as a Kirok mod, Blight is on the map device, which is really kind of nice. That's really good knowing that we could start day 1, day 2 of the league before scarabs are in abundance, and we can spend a couple of C and put Blight right away on our map. And this is really good. Now, what I do have for you is I have a bunch of Atlas planners, and I want to just point something out. We want to run Wastepool to get blighted maps, and this is important because of the blighted uniques. Now, I have a POE antiquity thing, and I'm going to show you. Back in Ultimatum League, and this is why I mentioned Ultimatum earlier, back in Ultimatum League, there were gloves, and they still fall in Blight, called Breath Stealers. Now, these gloves have the following line of text. They increase your armor and evasion, they give you max mana, they give you elemental resistance, they give you cast and attack speed. All really good things on gloves, but the real kicker, the real spicy potato, the real reason why you want these gloves is they create a blighted spore when your skills or minions kill a rare monster. Now, as long as nothing changes, Ultimatum has been chock full of monsters in a very, very tight spot or very, very tight circle. And when you kill these mobs, rares will spawn. And as you kill them, these pustules or blighted spores will spawn. Now, what's really, really cool about a blighted spore when you kill a rare minion is blighted spores will last for 10 seconds and have a random aura. Blighted spores do not move. The duration cannot be modified. Auras affect all your allies. So if you're a minion player, these blighted spores will affect your minions. Random auras can include those that come from monster modifiers. Essentially, these gloves are a cheap alternative to Headhunter to do Blight mechanic or to do Ultimatum mechanics. So if you're like me and you know that you're gonna like build up a character and get it rolling and get some gear, these gloves are really going to be very, 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 very good for Ultimatum. Now, how do I know they're good for Ultimatum besides everything I just told you? Well, back in Ultimatum League, according to POE Antiquity, now I'm showing you Ultimatum Expedition, Lake of Calandra, and Crucible. These gloves in that league, in Ultimatum League, were worth a lot, an absolute ton. I'm just going to add Ritual for the sake of going before Ultimatum League, and I'm going to add another league before that, as in like just Heist. You can see the only time that these gloves really had a lot of value was in Ultimatum. They spiked out of control by day 17 of Ultimatum once people realized what they were. And odds are with Ultimatum coming back and a bunch of people trying to play minion builds or all kinds of different things, these gloves are going to be very powerful again and going to be something that you want to farm. You know, also if you want to do other Blight shenanigans like with the armor and the Val, the mythic orbs, and converting the armor to like the ivory towers, or if you want stampede boots, all of these are going to come out of Blighted maps. And if you want to know more about Blighted maps in general and the uniques behind them, how to run Blighted maps, or a beginner's guide, or a recap on how to do Blights, please don't hesitate to leave a comment. Let me know what you guys want to know about Blighted maps, and I'll make sure to get that video, guys, out to you guys as fast as possible before League start or shortly after League starts, depending on like what you guys want or what you're more interested in. Now, these gloves, like I said, are going to be very important. You're going to want to farm these gloves. You're going to want to get them. You're going to want to sell them. You're going to make currency off them. And Blighted maps themselves, outside of the gloves having a chance to drop and everything else, you're just going to make a lot of money. Now, the question that you're going to have to me is, how do I get there? What should my Atlas look like? It's day 1, day 2 of the league. Like, what's the plan? How do I do it? Well, lastly, we had a plan, and that plan has been slightly refined thanks to my buddy Shodokan and a few other people like sharing what they've done. And pretty much what I've put together with the help of my friends are a bunch of POE planners for you guys. Now, essentially, this POE planner, very simple, very straightforward. You're going to start right away. You're going to come up to the Kirak node, and you're going to grab this entire Kirak wheel right away. Now, when I put the link for this POE planner in the description down below, I'm already going to have Wandering Path checked. Note that Wandering Path is the last thing that you'll check. So essentially what you'll do is you'll come up this way, you'll grab this node for more reports. Reports are going to be really helpful. While you're starting to progress your Atlas, you're going to want to get an initial Kirak map. This will give you another map on the day because it's day 1 of the league. You're pushing maps, and this will proc. Then you'll come up to Wandering Path. You'll grab Wandering Path. You'll come down here, just like you'll come down here just like I had, thanks to Shodokan, and you'll essentially just click on these nodes again. Now, by 26 points, you'll have accumulated 2 Kirek missions. Ideally, you'll have 36% chance for a monster in each of your connected map, or each of your maps, to drop a connected map. You'll get map dupe chance, and you'll get items found, and you'll just have a bunch of chance to get another Kirek mission while you're mapping. You're going to be doing a lot of maps, so you're going to see a lot of Kirek missions, and this just kind of gives you a little bit of a boost to help you get there. Now, note too, we have chance for maps to tier up. We're only 26 maps in. We're pushing our way straight to reds. We want to make sure that our maps are tiering up so that we can get to that Eater and Exarch fight as fast as possible. Now, after we get our 26 points, we're going to be looking at 46 points. By 46 points, we should have, unless you deviate, 100% chance for one monster in each of your maps to drop a connected map. So if you play your Atlas smart, you'll be able to connect your Atlas and go all the way up. You'll have an 80% chance for one map in your one map to be a tier higher, so you can really push your way all the way up the Atlas. Now, this 46-point tree is ideally where you want to start and what you want to do. You'll take this 46-point tree, you'll plop it all together, and then you'll just start burning out maps in your Atlas while moving up the chain, getting the Eater, getting the Exarch, killing them both, getting your 2 Void Stones, and just kind of going from there. This will also allow you to like hop all around your Atlas and get a bunch of maps that you don't have and really target farm really where you want to go. Now, after the 46 points, what I plan on doing is going to be heavily dependent on what day of the league it is and just kind of like where I'm going to be. I would like to start with Blight and then move into Delve, and then after Delve move into Ultimatum. So we're going to focus today's video on the Blight side of things, and then we'll continue with another video later to talk about the Delve aspect, and then further down the line to more go over the Ultimatum aspect. Now, I had mentioned that I want to do Blight. I mentioned that Blight is on the Kirek map device, and I know me from practice, 46 points at the end of day 1 is pretty obtainable. Now, I would say by the morning of morning 2, even if you're a little bit slower and you just start mapping, having 46 points is really nice. Essentially, what we can do is we can now start to move our way. Yeah, we can start to move our way into blighted nodes and start to get the things that we need. The first thing that I would recommend is getting the map higher tier chance to get 100% chance for your maps to go higher. And then I would start moving into blighted nodes. Now you're going to note we still have Wandering Path. Wandering Path is intentional, and we have the Wandering Path so that we can essentially just boost up the chance at connected maps and maps to be a higher tier. Now I know right now these nodes aren't really doing anything, and we're just essentially just filling out our blighted nodes, because eventually we're going to convert off a Wandering Path. The idea is to get your 2 Watchstones, fill out your Atlas tree, complete your Atlas altogether, get a bunch of points, and as soon as you have a bunch of points allocated, as you can see here, these aren't the worst. These give you more oils, these give you more chests, these give you more rewards, these are going to give you more blighted maps, but they're not going to give you all the meat and potatoes that Blight itself has to offer, but we're gonna get there. Now, once you start getting everything, you have a bunch of points in the Atlas, you can feel free to take off Wandering Path. As soon as we take off Wandering Path and we start actually getting blighted maps, oil extractors, we're farming Wastepool, and we're just kind of living our life, we'll be able to go buy whatever maps we're missing. We'll be able to run blighted maps and get maps that we're missing. We're just going to be able to take full advantage of the strategy that we know works and works really well. Now, I know I'm going to be aiming for a Mage Blood so I can do cool Delve stuff. I know I'm going to be combining Blight with Delve, and my current plan is to start day 1, day 2, do Blight, and then explore my options and really push down to go into the mines. But to get into the mines playing Bone Shedder, I'm going to need a little bit of gear, and I know from experience, Blight has never let me down, especially in a day 1, day 2 scenario. I can farm blighted maps, I can run a good map for blighted maps, I can use the map device until scarabs are there for blighted maps, and essentially too, with it being 6C, I can take this node on the tree if I want to, if scarabs aren't available yet, and click this, and now Blight costs me 3C. We've talked time and time again that we would ideally like to use polished or better scarabs, and essentially what that's going to do for us is that's going to give us more bosses. More bosses gives us more chance at oil extractors, and that also gives us more chance at jewelry. So like, you know, we want bosses because we want the jewelry and we want the oil extractors to use on the jewelry to get the gold oils. And if the last 2 leagues have taught us anything, gold oils are hopefully, knock on wood, going to be worth a fortune again. So we really want to farm those golds, and we really want to farm those maps. But essentially, that's just kind of like where I'm going. My plan is to start the day one Atlas. I'm going to get a wandering path tree. I'm going to get 100% map connected drop chance. I'm going to work my way through the Atlas, getting a bunch of bladed points, and just kind of tier up and go that way. Now, you don't need to take the bladed nodes. You don't need to go down that route right away. You can use the currency that you make and just go buy bladed maps and go do bladed maps. But I know for me, playing Bone Shatter, I'm going to take full advantage of Cassius Pride. I'm going to take advantage of Wastepool being in the map rotation. I'm going to really hope for that lucky doctor card drop if it's on Wastepool again. And I'm just going to take advantage of just everything that Blight has to offer in an extremely early league scenario and just farm a bunch of currency. Now, if you have questions about the Atlas tree, if you have questions about Blight, or you don't know how to do Blight, or you want to talk about ring annoyance, or what your character should be, or what's good or what's bad, feel free to leave a comment down below. I'll try to get back to everybody, or you can head on over to the Discord. The Discord's been insanely active with everybody kind of getting ready for the league start, and we can spend a bunch of time talking there. You know, or you can come by the Twitch stream or the YouTube stream now, and essentially I'll just be able to answer, hopefully somebody in the community will be able to answer any questions that you have. But ideally, my plan for figure be in maps by hour 6. By hour 10, you're buying blighted maps. By hour 15, you've bought the last 2 watchstones you need. So like, I would say by the end of the weekend, I want to be able to chain farm Wastepool and get blighted maps and be running those blighted maps to get the currency so that I can start delving right away. This has been the strategy that I've done every single league for a long time now. This is the strategy that I really tell you guys to do and works really well. And if you just need help learning it, or if you need help with the maps, or just let me know and I will do my best to assist you guys. But I really just wanted to get out there that like the Atlas really hasn't changed. Our opening strategy isn't really going to change. The only thing that really changes is now there's a bunch of like Ultimatum nodes where the Metamorph nodes were, but our plan is not changing. We're gonna sprint to Wandering Path. We're gonna clear and get our Atlas done and out of the way as fast as possible so I don't have to worry about it, and then we are going to go live in Blight until we're rich out of our minds. That's it, friends. I hope this guide helped. I hope this gives you a little bit of idea and direction of where you want to go. And like I said, if you need any help, don't hesitate to leave a comment down below. And if you made it this far in the video, thank you for watching and being here, and thank you for all the support. I truly appreciate it. If I don't see you in the comments, I hope to see you in the streams for the league start. And if I don't talk to you until after league start, have a great league start. And let me know, what are you guys planning to play? Because I know I'm going Bone Shatter Jug, and that video is coming out real soon. Until next time, friends, bye!